Hello, this is JBZ1 and today I'm showing you guys my D3-FNC aka the defense build. Before I show you guys my gear setup and the details about this build, I just want to say that D3-FNC set is really good in PVE content, especially soloing in challenge modes such as Lexington or do all the world tier bosses in PVE world. It's also good for PvP, but make sure you're with a group when using this set in Dark Zone, because if you're soloing, they could easily flank you from the side to back and can end up badly. But if you're still planning to go solo in Dark Zone and want to kill some rogues, make sure you lure them towards where they can't flank you. So subway tunnel is the best choice because you can easily kill them one by one, so this way you can block all the damage in front of you without worrying anyone that's trying to flank you from the side to back. Well, anyways, let's go check out my gears. So defense build has different combination, and right now I'm only showing you guys my setup. This one right here is leaning towards DPS build since it has 3 firearms and 2 stamina. This one right here is leaning towards more stamina but same setup. And this one's right here is more like a accomplished farming build with a lot of kill EXP. And this last one right here is more like a risky DPS build with 4 firearms. Now let's start with my chest piece. My chest piece armor can get up to 3266 armor. That's the highest you can get for the armor, and comparing to my other armors, it's not that close. So I'm basically missing a lot of armor on this armor rolls. And if you want to roll for your major attributes, make sure it always has armor on it. And for your secondary major attributes it's either get health, because that's the top choice, and for PvP it's either you want to go for exotic damage resilience. You stack that up with the mask and can get up to 20% exotic damage resilience. If you want to do some extra damage, you want to roll as a damage to elites for yellow or named enemy if you want to do more damage. So now let's move towards my mask. The mask base armor you can get is 1001 armor. Then try to get enemy armor damage on the minor attributes. You must have that or else you're gonna lose a lot of damage. And then for major attributes, again, health is the top choice, then exotic damage resilience for PvP. Like I said, you can go up to 20 plus if you combine the chest and the mask. Now for my knee pads. Max armor you can get is 2931 armor. And make sure you always roll armor on your major attributes. And for your minor attributes, always have enemy armor damage or else you're gonna lose some DPS. And if you wanna go farm with this build, accomplished knee pad is a very good choice to get. And always make sure it has that increased kill EXP, because those two combination right there will give you insane amount of damage. As you can see right here, I have increased kill EXP and enemy armor damage on it. Now moving on to my backpack. The max armor you can get is 2293. And you always want to roll armor on your major attributes, like always armor. And the resourceful backpack is only good if you're in a group. And if you're going for solo, specialized backpack is the top choice. Or if you would go farm, you go with a defense backpack because you can use the knee pads and the chest piece as your high end. And I'm gonna show you a video why resourceful backpack is not very good if you're solo, because you can heal your shield even though without your resourceful backpack by looking at this video right here. In this video clip, I'm showing you guys how to regen your shield without using resourceful backpack. All you need to do is just wait for a couple seconds. As long as your shield's not getting hit, it will regen itself to fully states unless you get hit again. Next is my glove. Max base armor you can get for glove is 1001. And the major attributes, make sure you always has an SMG damage on it. That's all you need. But if you want to also increase your damage on PVE, damage to elites is also good for a good choice, or you can either choose that or you can go for health on kill if you, just in case if you get damage. And critical damage is also a good choice to boost up your critical damage. It says here in the backpack it's like you don't crit with this build, but precision and pulse can make this build crit. This is a demonstration how to crit with defense build by using precision and using a pulse. The last thing is my holster. Max armor you can get is 1674 armor, and try to get 1250 plus on all your main stats, because that's considered a god roll. And of course, armor for major attributes. Nothing really much to say about holster. As long as you have those three important things, you're good to go. The weapon that I'm using in this build is maybe MP5, but if you got a MP5 ST, that's the best choice since you can add this large scope with high headshot damage. But if you don't have that MP5 ST with a good talent, MP5 is good enough to have. And the critical damage on SMG is not really important because you barely crit on this build. And you always want to compare like the base damage on all your MP5. As you can see right here, this one's lower and this one's slight lower, slight higher than mine, but the talent compared to mine is not that good. That's why I'd rather pick this one. And the talents that I'm using is a brutal, responsive, and destructive. Like this three is like the perfect build for me. And of course with the additional of competent on the other, your secondary weapon. As you can see in this demonstration right here. To get competent, make sure you're always running to activate your shield to get that competent, and then you're ready to fight with competent on. And if you want to use your booster shot, either you can use your booster shot while you're running. As you can see right here, make sure you don't switch your weapon, and you always make sure you're always using your secondary when you're running, or you can use a cover and make sure you wait it out to get that competent buff and then you start attacking again. And for the muzzle on your weapon, make sure you always have this high critical damage and 6% headshot, because 60% headshot is the highest you can get for a small muzzle. And the third one is you don't want crit chance on it, but to have a stability or accuracy or optimal range on it. And for the under barrel, always have a high critical damage. It's either accuracy, optimal range, or reload speed. It's really up to you what's mini stats you want on it. And for your magazine size, you want reload speed and rate of fire, of course, with higher magazine size. And for the scope is critical damage, a higher one, and of course you can get 6% headshot is the highest you can get for MP5, but for ST is like get that high headshot damage instead. And for like the third one is optimum range is a good choice, since like if you want to shoot from far, you don't lose that, you don't have a penalty damage when you shoot from far. So now for my skill abilities. The first one is the booster shot. Everyone knows booster shot, so I don't need to explain it. And the second one is ballistic shield. Assault shield is what it's called. As you can see right there, that's the default On the damage increase is 20% and damage and resilience is 10%. That's without the performance mod. But when you put 4 times of 4% increased shield, you'll get 36% on your shield damage. And when you put 4 times of 5% damage resilience, you get 30%. So if you want to use the resilience, that's going to be for your tanky, and of course the other one is for DPS. Well, that's all for this build. Hope you find this video useful for your present and future build. More builds to come, and this is GBZ1. This is me saying goodbye.